This is the 152mm KV-2, an incredibly strong tier 6 tank if it's able to connect a shell, because, oh baby, the high explosive on this tank is capable of one-shotting equal tiered opponents, dealing 960 average damage. However, while this is one of the most popular tier 6s in the game, and it's generally conceived that it has the longest reload at 21.73 seconds in the game, in today's video, I'm going to be stating a vehicle I personally feel has a longer reload, and that is the Tier 9 American heavy tank, the M-V-Yoh. Now, sure, this is an auto-loading heavy tank, but the way the gun works, I honestly count as almost a single-shot gun. In 1.71 seconds, it's able to dump out both of the shells. And after that, that's it. You're on a 25-second reload. It is basically the longest reload you'll be finding for a clipper that I'm aware of. Of course, there might be vehicles like the AMX 5120 that are very close, but just how incredibly long you have to wait for this Tier 9 heavy tank to reload the shells after that short burst is 4 seconds longer than the KV-2. Now, that does not make this vehicle bad by any means, and in fact, hopefully, with these games I'm going to be showing you here, live of course, I'm finally on good Wi-Fi. I'm at 900 Mbps on the new house, and oh mama, that is pretty dang sweet. So I cannot wait to get live streams back up and running on the channel, so hopefully all of you guys are ready for that. But yeah, what is good about this tank? Well, as I said, while it does have that incredibly long reload, what it does do is dump out 900 potential damage in a matter of less than 2 seconds. And against Tier 8 opponents, that's half of any Tier 8 hit point pool. So that's incredibly deadly. Not only that, but it's decently accurate. It's got very good armor going for it, and it's a very troll tank to try and penetrate. I like to call it the noodle. So we're going to see just exactly what we can do in the noodle right now. So we've already been penned by a Black Prince, who isn't probably going to be enjoying life all too much. There's 1 penetration, and 2. There you have it, folks. That is 739 hit points taken off of that player, and then you just back up and reload. Now this is where the tank becomes incredibly boring, and the part that I personally don't like about it is just how long you kind of just sit here and you're like, okay, this is fun. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna wait a little bit longer, and a little bit longer, and almost ready, and okay, we are ready to finish off the Black Prince. Yeet, you are dead. We got the waffle off to the side. Oh, we do got that 168. Maybe we can just... No, oh my god, that was so far off. I don't think that would have penned either way, but, wow, that shell was nowhere near where I wanted it to go. Now, we got the SU-122 off to the side, and I am a little bit worried about that waffle, but hopefully I'm going to be able to get across this and not get shot. Yes, perfect. We got 8 more seconds left on this reload, and then hopefully we're going to be able to dump 2 shells right into this SU. So that's exactly what I'm going to try and do. Although we also got the lightweight. There's 1 shell in and 2. Baby, that's what I'm talking about. 700 hit points straight into you. Now, we got to back up here. Obviously, I'm not in the best of headspace, should I say, for enemy opponents right now. We got the WT on my side. We got a Sent 701 here. And yeah, this team is very, very quickly falling apart. So that's not great. But actually, the 168 got a pretty banging shell into that opponent there. And hopefully this 168 is going to be able to hold that line like a beast. So I'm expecting him to be able to help me out quite a bit here. Just, you know, enough so that I don't die. Let's see. Is this waffle over here? Maybe not. I don't know what that waffle's up to. But right now, we're going to see if I can get a shell into that T-49 Hornet. Yeet! There's 1 nice tap into you. Let's back up. I, again, do not want to be hit by that enemy Waffenträger. Let's go for an HE into the rear. Ooh, that's going to hurt you, buddy. I don't think that Progetto enjoyed that all too much, and we did get a bounce from an enemy lightweight. There is the waffle as well. Incredible camouflage rating that vehicle is able to carry. Oh my god, this battle is hectic, isn't it? Okay, we're going to pull forwards. I'm thinking forwards is definitely a lot safer for me. We do have the T-49 off to the side, but the waffle is not going to be getting any clear shots into me anytime soon. Let's go for a tap. Ooh, okay. Let's go for 1 more, maybe? I don't know. You are dead. Hello. With that, we've got the Progetto in the front and the 49 on my rear. Looks like the 49 is not looking at me, which is fantastic. I'm just going to ignore him and try and get into cover. And while we're doing that, maybe get some shells out into the Progetto. So yeah, Not a bad game, if I do say so. But we do have a smasher left, and that's basically it. So I, again, have to be extremely careful on what I'm doing right now. Hopefully we're going to be able to get a shell into that 49, which we just did there. And now with that shell into the 49, we also got a pretty nice tap into the progetto. With that, all I got to do is actually just ram this guy slightly, and he's dead. Yes! Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Pretty solid game from the M-V-Yoh, if I do say so. And you can see where that dual shotgun is incredibly deadly. Nice job from a smasher, fail tuning in a tier 9 battle, and we managed to win. So there you go, folks. That first game in the M5 showed just where it can very easily weather out extremely stressful situations, even though the tank has extremely poor damage per minute. I was easily able to make do of that situation by making sure I was hull down most of the time, working that gun, and to be honest, that went pretty dang well. How much DPM does this have? Ooh, yeah, 1969. The 69's great, but the 1900 is not. Yeah. Like 2500 is a decent amount of DPM for a tier 9 heavy tank, and when you get to tier 10 heavies, that's basically base damage per minute. Most of the lower values are vehicles like the Kranvang that are, of course, auto-reloading. So they, of course, are going to lose DPM, but autoloaders at tier 10 for having that little DPM, that's very, very rare. Vehicles like the T57 Heavy, even the tier 10 M-V-Yoh has 3000 DPM on the one gun and around 2500 on the other. So this tank really, really suffers on the DPM, and it does make it very boring at certain aspects, but that does not make it bad. As you can see here, easily able to work this game and come out with some pretty solid numbers. This 2 and 5B obviously just doesn't know what he's doing, ignoring the team call and going on his own, and oh, okay, the I-7 is coming with us, I was about to say, and the I-7 too, but no, that 2 and 5B with no camo. Oh boy, yes, skill, don't you know, all the skilled players. Now thankfully, if he does make a stupid move and get spotted, you know, at least we'll know that most of the enemy team is going that way, but I'm expecting them to push over towards this way, as we already have the WZ-121 spotted. Now, I don't remember exactly how much penetration this vehicle has, but it's pretty solid for a tier 9 heavy tank. Ooh, we got the Sheridan plopping right up behind, maybe we'll be able to get a shell in. There's one tap into the Sheridan, and with that, yeah, I'm just going to instantly start reloading my clip. I know that there's no way I'm getting shots out into him. He's already dead as it is. Don't really know what his big brain plan was. But yeah, now we're going to sit here and reload. The one thing that is funny is that this tank's reload is so long, sometimes vehicles will think that you're just not here anymore. So I'll spend this whole time reloading, and then maybe they'll actually poke out, and we'll be able to get a shell in. A perfect example is the Hori right out in the open over here. So maybe we'll be able to get a shell into the Hori. Let's go, and aiming, yeet! There's one shell in, and let's go for one more. Oh, that's very unfortunate, actually. I really thought that was going to penetrate. But hey, you know what? That Hori, he's not enjoying his company all too much. He's already down 1,000 hit points, and with that, we're reloading. 15 seconds left. I would say, you know, just 15 seconds, but that is quite a bit of time when you do think about it. And we're still reloading with another 6 seconds to go. Okay, almost ready. Here we go. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum. Is the waffle out? No, the waffle is not out, and not actually an easy pen. I don't know where the Hori is as of right now, and I want to be careful, of course, because, oh, there's the waffle. There's one shell in, and there's two. There you go. Pretty easy snaps into you. Now we're going to back up as quickly as we can, because I don't want to get hit by that Hori. But even with that, the waffle literally lost over half of his hit points in 1.7 seconds. And that is incredibly deadly when you do think about what the firepower of this vehicle is capable of doing. Now, I don't know if that waffle's planning on poking that again, and I don't know really what the entire enemy team is planning on doing themselves, but we are going to get one shell into the side of the D100, and let's go. Oh, just going off a little bit to the side. That sucks, but hey, you know what? I'll take one penetration. Not too bad, but oh my god, is this DPM so painful. You can see where poor DPM really does feel like pain. And this tank is no exception of that. It really just feels like you're grinding your teeth at certain moments when you're trying to just reload. Like, I'm trying to aim it on this E100 over here, and we're still reloading right now. So let's see. This Hori is probably going to get a shell. Oh, actually, he didn't. He did not get a shell into my teammates. Now, I would love to get a shell in this waffle as well as aiming in, and I kind of want to get a shell into the waffle. Let's aim in. There's one shell in, and there you go. Two into the waffle, finishing you off. let's back up before that object 704 is able to get a shell into me, and with that, E100's dead. Perfect. So this was a good battle to see where my team was actually able to do a decent job. We were actually up against a pretty skilled player, of course, in the VK90. Any player that's running that, especially in Void, is definitely going to be a threat not to be messed with. So that was definitely a pretty lucky battle that we were able to come out so easily with this victory. But let's go for one tap, and there you go, a second. And with that, we're easily over the 3,800 damage mark. So, there you have it. 2 pretty solid games in the M-V-Yoh. A vehicle that I find a little bit stupidly balanced by Wargaming. They gave it such an incredibly strong gun for the aspect of how quickly you're able to dump out the damage. As you saw in these 2 games played, I was easily able to break 3,000 damage. And sure, while they were not the easiest of games, the ability to 2-shot and done. Like, we took 874 off of that enemy VK90. We took off 1,600 on the waffle with 4 shots. That was bang, bang. And then we'd, of course, had a massive reload and another bang, bang. But still, the massive amount of firepower this vehicle has is incredible. And I personally feel that the way Wargaming decided to balance the M5 and M6-Yoh is wrong. They should not have this incredible amount of damage dumped out in 2 seconds. I think it should have been like a 3.5-second interclip with maybe the same damage, but a much shorter reload, giving it maybe 2,200 DPM instead of the 1,900 it has. Let me know what you guys personally think in the comments down below, but that's how I personally feel. But this is technically the longest reload that I'm aware of. I do want to check what the AMX 5120 is. Imagine it is actually longer. Let's see. AMX 5120's reload is 22.5, which means that, to what I'm aware, this is the longest reload in the game. Hopefully, all of you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.